Hey, what's up, guys? Twintuitive717. I am back with another reading. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. I'm here to channel a message for the Divine Feminine Collective. And as I was trying to think about the energy I was feeling for this reading, it was actually coming from one song, Synchronicity, I was going to share, which is by Russ Working on Me. And he talks about asking her to stay by his side while he's working on himself. You know, he's committed to change, he's committed to unlearning some things. But then I got the energy of the Divine Feminine's like, I don't care. And then I'm like, wait a second, I don't care. And I've been humming that song all morning because someone in the comment section they typed out the lyrics to that song by Matchbox 20. It goes, I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you don't care. Because that was the energy I was getting from the Feminine Collective, which is like, yeah, you're working on yourself? Great. I don't care. So we're going to dig into that, guys, and we're going to see exactly what's going on with the masculines at this time in terms of working on themselves. A lot of them are committed to this change, but it comes at a time where talk means nothing, so they're trying to take action as much as they can. I feel like words mean absolutely nothing to you right now. Okay, so someone feels currently like they're in a place of lack, even self-doubt. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, even trying to hop on this journey. They feel maybe defeated as well. You know what it is? I feel like because they've disappointed you in some way, like because you're in this whole I don't care energy, somebody feels disappointed that they made things go that far, or they let things go that far to the point where you're just done. You really don't care if they're working on themselves. You don't care if they believe in twin flames now. You don't care whatever the hell they're doing. I feel like whoever you are, Divine Feminine, you are on your way to detachment. You're seeking peace, and I feel like for many of you that peace is being felt through sovereignty. It's being felt through the solitude. Many of you no longer fear solitude, so you're in a very powerful place when it comes to this journey, and I think that it's relevant. That's really important for this higher self activation, because without you getting to this place, they can't have that aha moment and that epiphany moment of working on themselves, okay? And that naturally happens because, when you guys are like vibrating and connecting with each other, a lot of the times, Divine Feminines, you stick around because you haven't built up the resilience yet to protect your boundaries. So it's like you guys kind of do this dance until you learn what it is you need to learn. So I feel like because the Divine Feminines have had some type of activation, this could be around self-worth, understanding your boundaries, your standards for yourself, knowing that no matter which way you go, no matter which way you turn, you cannot bend your beliefs when it comes to your morals, the values that you hold, okay? So I feel like that's where you've just had enough. So let's see what else is going on with you guys, all right? So we do have celebration, gifts, abundance as well. So this could be your energy also, Divine Feminines. Okay, very celebratory, feeling like the more you detach, the more you experience your gifts again, your intuition again. Many of you can actually breathe. I'm hearing Kelly Clarkson, since you've been gone, I can breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on. It's like you're starting to realize, like, oh my God, the more I detach from them, like I can breathe. My soul can breathe. Holy shit, I'm getting all kinds of downloads again. I feel like I can experience a lot of peace in my body. Maybe aches and pains are gone. Okay, and there it is, self-worth and expectations. Okay, many of you are sticking to the facts, okay? You are starting to say to yourselves, Divine Feminines, like, no, this is what I want, this is what I expect, and this is what I'm going to go after. And anything that enters my environment that doesn't match what it is my desires are, it's got to go. Like, I don't care if I love it, I don't care if it feels good, I don't care if it is just incredibly amazing. If it doesn't align with every single thing on the checklist, it's got to go. Many of you are getting really strict now. There's no room to, oh, okay, well, one or two is not so bad, okay? They didn't meet one or two on the checklist. That's not so bad. Absolutely not, okay? Self-worth and expectations is about hitting off every single mark. You are hitting the mark. And that, again, is what's giving them that activation or the higher self-activation to exit out that lack, not taking action, not respecting your boundaries because they don't even know what it's like to respect themselves. All right, so many of them are feeling like, yeah, definitely got to get to work on themselves because you are getting really strict. Okay, you're not leaving any doors open, unlocked, no windows unlocked, nothing. Okay, and then we finally have the masculine energy confirmation here coming through saying that I really had to see you get to this place, and I'm sorry that you maybe had to get so cold, detached, harsh, argumentative. Maybe there was a lot of conflict, or vice versa. It could have just been this very slow dissolving of you becoming the ghost in the connection now, Divine Feminines. So that's where they're at, working on themselves. What else are we working on, Divine Masculines? What else are you wanting to work on for the feminine? What's important to you, Divine Masculines, that you work on for your Divine Feminine? Okay, so somebody wants to take off a mask. I feel like they know that your beliefs and your morals are very important to you, so they're willing to look beyond what it is they've been taught. That's why I think that song is very synchronistic. Whoever put that in the comment section, job well done with channeling the energy there, because they do. They mention that in the song. Like, will you stay by my side while I unlearn some things? Like effed up mommy, effed up. Like, no, he says not mommy, like effed up mama, effed up father, effed up mama, childhood trauma, like something like that. You guys gotta look up that song, Matchbox 20. I think it's called Impaired. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care. So someone's taking off the mask in order to align with you, in order to work on themselves, because there really is nowhere to go at this point. They know that attraction, the pull to you, the pull to them, it's dissolving the more they keep this mask on, because it's not them. And if they're going to wear it, then you're just not attracted to them, right? Because they're not living in authenticity. They're not living in their truth. They're not showing up in the best ways that they need to. And it's been one too many cycles. Yeah. You're over it, Divine Feminines, okay? We also have alchemy, ancestor guides, and that's why I think that they're not going to have this kind of epiphany or aha moment with the higher self activation to move out of this energy. Alchemy and ancestor guides means that because they have nowhere else to go and they have nobody else to connect to in terms of like-mindedness on this journey, many of them will find themselves having to alchemize a lot of the heaviness on the journey that they feel, because believe me, Divine Feminines, just like you guys go through shit with your masculines and it's intense, the same way when you guys are ready to like brawl and you guys are ready to fight back and you guys are ready to be in this energy of doing the exact same things that they were doing on the journey, except you're now doing it in a very finessed, detached, cold way. You don't have to play games. It's like your silence speaks volumes. That's the kind of stuff that they are trying to alchemize and get through. I feel like this Divine Masculine is having a really difficult time with this process here because it's painful, like it's physically painful to them. That's why many of them will turn to substances and they will get addiction, because whatever substances they go to, it immediately gives them the hit or the high that they need in order to avoid the pain that's associated with a lot of the realizations that you end up bringing to the table. Okay, so let's see what else they may be working on, or just some of the stuff that you end up bringing to the table. You just got fed up. Okay, so we have autumn, harvest. Fall could be a significant time, or as fall is approaching, this could be the cycle that many of you are now approaching. So this could be an important cycle on your journey, or right now this particular season could be very significant. Okay, and then we also have wish fulfillment. Now we are everything that they've ever wanted or imagined. Now is when the fight is on for the Divine Masculines, because before, Divine Feminines, before you guys went through this very detached energy, you could see why you guys kept going in cycles, because there was no need for them to really take a good look at themselves, right? You were always in this forgiving energy, always opening back the door or closing the door, but then leaving a window open, and every single time you would get those boundaries knocked over again. Okay, so I think that for many of you, this time around is really holding on to that self-worth and expectations. That's what the Divine Feminine Collective is learning now. In fact, I was going to share a reading the other day too for the Divine Feminines. Maybe I still will after this one. But it was just pulling some energy on, like, demanding what it is you want. in this connection, being really brutally honest with yourself and ask yourself, if I'm going to continue to interact with this person, if I'm going to continue to have them in my life, I'm going to start calling the shots on what it is I expect out of this interaction. Okay, because I feel like in the past it's just been holding on no matter what. Right? Valuable lesson in life. It can't be no matter what. You have to have boundaries. Okay, a lot of you are remembering ancient knowledge coming through, reciprocation. You're powerful. You're worthy of the love that you desire. You deserve to be treated like royalty, like gold, because a lot of you are. That's what you're starting to realize, and many of you are reaching out, getting yourselves out of a lot of these cycles here that are going on, therefore leaving them alone in this energy to deal with for a while. And I think I mentioned in one of the other readings too, it was in the one previous to this one, I think, where it was for those of you who have masculines in law enforcement. I was talking about some of the addiction stuff, like once the divine feminine makes the decision to detach, you exit, it's a shock to their soul, because you guys have operated in cycles for so long where divine feminines, you've carried this energy of like unconditional love, I love you no matter what, I'm always going to be here, and it's just a false illusion for both of you, right? No one's ever going to really be there through the shit. Both of you are starting to wake up and realize, like, you know what, when I told you I was always going to be there, I might have to rethink some things on that. So, yeah, that's what's up. You guys are remembering who it is you are, divine feminines. And through this, act of waking up and living in your self-worth and expectations, you're actually bringing out the best version of your masculine as well, right? It's not that you're doing this to punish them or telling them that they're not good enough. It's just you have to remember who it is you are, what it is you want. Don't bend or break your rules for anybody, okay? This sets the tone for what it is they're ready to give. They're the masculines. So let's see what you guys can look forward to after this period of growth. Okay, and because we have the autumn harvest coming up, it could be like after the fall. So right now, unrequited love, and there it is. Lessons of reciprocation, not enough chemistry. Now you're going to see somebody really coming forward and trying to build chemistry. This is someone who... they didn't bother to show the passion, the romance. They might have felt it, but they didn't show up with it by taking action. And this is what you're about this time, divine feminine. It's going to create unrequited love, no chemistry, if it's all words. The divine feminines, it's like you are remembering again who it is you are. I can't eat words. What am I going to do with words? I can't do anything with words. I can't do anything physical or tangible with words, right? Words are empty, and that's what you're starting to understand, is that you deserve action. You deserve to experience something or someone that's tangible. It's something that you can physically experience. It's not at a distance. It's not through superficial things like hiding behind text messages and emails. And this is about really standing in your truth and really having strong boundaries on how it is you really want someone to show up. Okay, and I feel like this is picking up where you guys might have left off from a past life. These lessons are only going to continue, and that's why you guys feel very familiar to one another. You've known each other before. You've done this dance before. It's just like a continuation of a lesson, and I think past life is going to also confirm why it's easy to let go. They're always going to resurface in your life. It's easy to see the lesson at hand. If you know that you're not experiencing what it is you want out of this connection, why stick around? Why stay? Why milk it? Why stick around and waste your time in something that doesn't make you feel 1,000% alive? Okay? So that's how you'll know that you need to start, moving in the other direction. It's okay to get rid of things, even in these intense connections. In fact, it's the most obvious in these intense connections, like lessons around like detachment, letting go, saying no, speaking up for what it is you believe in. Your divine masculine counterpart will invite these lessons into your life, and they'll love you fiercely for making the right decisions. Okay, guys? So that's what I have for this quick check-in. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you'd like a personal session, you know where to find me. I love you guys. Take it easy. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, guys.